Hello,
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Black Dragon Tavern. I'm your host, Dante.
I'm your host, Deacon.
And Deacon, here we are on episode 20.
Yeah, finally.
So, lining them up and knocking them down.
Yep.
And what are you doing flipping over there? Just curious. I can't see the stream now.
I'm pulling up the stream deck because you didn't get it set up.
Oh, my fault.
Yes, indeed.
It was lit up, but the app wasn't in the back. Huh.
No, I managed to switch in time, though.
That's weird because I had it running earlier. Anyway. So yeah, we're here, episode 20, and just a real short recap of what we did last week. Last Saturday, we played Valheim. I learned that it's pronounced Valheim, not Valheim. They had the original two producers of the game in an interview, and so that was kind of cool.
The other day.
Yeah. Anyway, that was fun. We did the Hearth and Home update to that, and created some new characters and got a little bit into that. Not a whole lot into it.
We didn't actually get to any of the Hearth or the Home part.
And one of the funnest parts about that was your boyfriend was here, Griffin was here. So once again,
I've never actually played in a server that big on Valheim with more than just the two of us.
Yeah, yep. That's two player game is the most I've played on that as well. But that was fun, and I'd like to do that again at some time in the near future. That would be really cool. What are you're throwing place here?
This isn't working right.
What's not working right?
We'll talk about it in the break.
No, talk about it now. I mean, might as well because if there's something going on, what's not working right? The stream deck's not working right.
Yeah, it's like some of the buttons aren't working when you press them, and other ones are. It's like some of them aren't working when you press them, and other ones are lagging behind, so they'll pop up like however long after you press it. So
I don't know. I rebooted the machine. Everything should be fine, but we'll deal with that later on. Anyway,
so that's why I had to switch it over here manually.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'll stop.
I don't care. I don't care if people hear about that or not. I just it throws me off when I'm talking about something and then I see you're over there switching the stream. Saying it's not you. I'm not griping at you. I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing.
You're griping at me, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm not griping at you. I mean, did I have a double negative there? Anyway, so that was last Saturday in the Battle Zone. We did Valheim, Hearth and Home update, and that was a lot of fun. And I can't really remember what we talked about, but we covered a whole lot of stuff. But Friday night, we said we were going to go out and see the Rocky Horror Picture Show after the stream, and we did. We got all gothed up and went out.
Very nearly missed the first part of it because we forgot to bring our cards.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I didn't know we were going to need the vaccination cards. I knew they would have masks required, but...
I saw that on their page. They didn't have it on the actual event listing for that, but they had it on the Crucibles page. I saw that, and I meant to mention that, and that was I think the weekend before, when I first mentioned it, and I completely forgot about it for the rest of the week. But we managed to make it in time. So
yeah, we did. I mean, because it's so close.
It's 5 minutes.
Without giving away where we live, have some psychotic Twitch viewer come over here I'm your biggest fan.
I mean,
actually, he's out west. That's Aaron. Yeah. Just kidding, Aaron. We love you.
I mean, it's we live somewhere between the 5-minute to 30-hour drive away from there. So.
Yeah, nice back paddling.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a whole lot of fun. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I thought you might find this interesting, Deacon. I was looking up to see if there was any news on that, any anniversaries coming up, and we missed I think I don't know if it was the 40th anniversary a year or two back. I think it was. I may have looked that up.
It's 75, right?
1975 is when it came out. So
50 years.
Well, yeah, soon it will be. So we might be able to catch the 50th anniversary of that. I'll be old and on a cane by then. But
that's only 3 years.
What?
That's only in 3 years.
That I'll be old and on a cane by then?
No, the 50th anniversary of it. No, you'll be old and on a cane much sooner.
We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. Anyway, I saw this article that I thought you might enjoy. It was kind of funny. So back in the days when it first came out, around 1975, and I think it might have been April something or other, April 24th, 1975, that date for some reason is sticking in my head. Within a year or so, or a year or two of the movie premiering, Tim Curry wound up going to this theater, and I think it was called the Wilshire. Um, oh, rats. Where is it? I had it right in here. Waverly Theater in New York. And so that's the theater where the whole live action participation began.
That's cool.
And that's where it turned into a cult classic, and people would dress up and start to play the parts and, say other things like, hey, what's for dinner? Not meatloaf again, that kind of stuff. And, damn it, Janet, and the whole, So anyway, he showed up, and he was there, and he was having fun and getting into it. And then somebody saw him and thought he was an imposter. So they kicked his ass out. They kicked him out. They kicked Tim Curry out of the Waverly Theater for being there to take part in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You know what that reminds me of?
Hilarious.
There was, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Marilyn Manson, and he entered a costume contest. This was years and years and years ago, but he entered a costume contest to see who
a Marilyn Manson
to see who could dress up as Marilyn Manson the best. And he didn't even get into like the top 5. So
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I wonder if he actually those are the kinds of things I always want to know what happened after. What's the follow up to that? Like, did he actually come up and say, "Hey, I'm actually Marilyn Manson, and I think this is kind of funny," Well, and then the club would be like, "Oh my god!" And then like they make the announcement like.
Well, it's got to be like what Tony Hawk goes through like every day.
Yeah,
you know that
Tony Hawk. Hey, that was that skateboarder's name is. I wonder what he used. I wonder was he. Fuck, I can't even talk. I read this story. I read it, and it was like, I wonder what he's up to now, the TSA agent or whatever. And he's like, he goes skiing in Colorado, which is where he was going to or whatever, Yeah, that is pretty funny. So yeah, that's funny. Do you know what else? Can you name other movies that Tim Curry's been in? Crickets. Where's my cricket audio drop?
I don't think I can.
So check this out.
It's annoying because I've heard his name in other things besides just the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I can't place where I've heard his name in other things.
Well, he's been in a lot, and so my generation would remember him from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and fantasy fans would remember him from Legend. He played the Lord of Darkness. And you didn't see that movie. It was with Tom Cruise, and it was a fantasy film, like fantasy RPG type film. And the Lord of Darkness was really freaking cool character. And then more recently, he's known for playing Pennywise, the clown, in Stephen King's It. Not the new one, the original one. He was also, I think, the hotel manager in Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin.
The second one?
Maybe it was the second one. Yeah, maybe so. Because the first one he stayed at home, second one he was in a hotel, right? Yeah. So Tim Curry was the, always looking over his glasses and very, he was trying to get to the bottom of what was going on there, why the kid was alone.
I mean, if I've seen him in anything besides the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I probably just wouldn't recognize him without the wig.
You would. He's got an unmistakable mouth. He's got a mouth like Steven Tyler. It's massive. And it's like
Steven Tyler is either.
He's the lead singer of Aerosmith. So has one of the biggest mouths on the planet. Like, it's huge. Like, he's got like 27 extra teeth in there or something. Jesus. It's so giant. It's not really, but it's massive. So anyway, Tim Curry. I think he also played the Grinch in one of the
yes,
the animated Grinch, and he looks like the Grinch because he's got that, like, his smile goes way up like that,
him from.
And he's kind of got. I hate to say it because it's going to be like I don't know what it's actually called. We just know it by the bad name, the walleye.
Oh, the walleye.
Sorry. So anybody who has an eye impediment, I don't know what it's called. It's a very it is a bad derogatory label for that, the walleye.
That's where I've seen him in, is the Grinch. That's where I know the name from.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna say I never connected that with I mean I knew Tim Curry, the Grinch.
Yeah.
And then also just as a separate thing, I guess my brain just automatically filled it in. No, that must be a different Tim Curry. actor.
No.
Unrelated. Different person.
No. The one and only Tim Curry. And it's funny because, like, you know how Disney tends to do... Disney and Pixar, well, are they the same? I can't remember if they bought Pixar.
Oh. I don't know.
Anyway, they tend to do their animated characters in the fashion of the actors who are doing the voices.
Yeah.
So, was it Aladdin that Robin Williams played Aladdin, the genie in Aladdin?
In the new one?
The old one. Yeah, I think he played the genie in that. And anyway, they animated the genie to look like him. You know, like they sketch the face, they do the face like that. So if you watch The Grinch, it kind of does look like Tim Curry. It's kind of funny. Incidentally, he did turn 75 earlier this year. So, and he had a stroke several years ago, so that's why he's not doing, you know, acting. He's like doing things behind the scenes. So yeah, it's a bummer about him.
Speaking of...
But... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of people who have had, I think it was a stroke recently, Bob Odenkirk on the set of Better Call Saul. And was that a stroke?
Like a small heart attack.
Small heart attack.
Yep, that's what he called it. No, I don't. That's what the doctors said about me. I had a small heart attack.
Small heart attack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, small because I didn't die.
Yeah.
And small because it didn't do a whole lot of damage to my heart. Because when you have a heart attack, you get what they call necrosis of the tissue.
Ooh.
Like muscle, your heart muscle dies, parts of it die. So.
But he got I don't know if I'd say he got better. It's kind of a hard thing to just, you know, get better from. But he recovered, and he actually went back, and I think they finished filming it. So they are all in the editing process of that now.
That's cool.
Sounds like so. A whole lot of stuff coming out.
You can recover from a heart attack. You never will be 100%.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he recovered from it, but I think it's really the kind of thing you just get better from.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
don't,
like, it's
you
not
don't
like
get over it. You don't heal.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like when you get a cold and you, like, have a bowl of soup and lay down for a day and you get better the next day.
Yeah. You know? Like somebody actually asked me that like months and months and months after that, somebody I know, but they're more like an online acquaintance, and they said, did you get better from your heart attack, or did you get over your heart attack or something like that? And I was like, well, did you heal from your heart attack or whatever? And I said, well, it's not the thing you really heal from. Like, you can get better. I guess you can heal up a little bit, like in a manner of speaking, but the part of the heart's dead. My heart's dead and cold. So, I don't know why I went into the metal voice.
Your heart's dead and cold, and then you had a heart attack.
I've died once already. It's like that which has died cannot be dead again, or what was it from Game of Thrones? That which was dead
cannot be killed again.
Cannot die again, or something.
Like that,
the Greyjoys, House Greyjoy.
I'm
sure somebody out there will like tell us.
I haven't watched that in a while.
Yeah.
After season 8, yeah.
Yeah. But so back to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, yeah, I had fun. I forgot how much fun that was, and that was like, God, I hadn't seen that in like easily 3 decades, 3.5 decades. You know.
That's almost as old
had
as
to be.
It is.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. But did you enjoy it? Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
And the Crucible was pretty cool too.
The Crucible is a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
I want to go back for some of their other events, but like half of the stuff they do there is 21 up. So.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can put some feelers out and see if they have like any events that are 18 and over.
Oh, they do, and they put them on their Facebook page. Just the ones.
Yeah, but like dances, like raves or.
No, well, I was gonna say they have a lot of stuff that's
night,
just like 18 and up. But the stuff that they do isn't stuff that I'm particularly interested in going to.
Yeah. So. Well, yeah. Might have to wait then. But I don't know. I mean, I think there's probably some cool stuff going on there that you would like.
Yeah.
So, in other titillating but old movie news, and since we're talking about old things, a friend of ours, Randy, who we will talk a little more about in a little while, he posted this post on his Facebook wall earlier today, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, you got all excited. And then I looked at the article, and I'm like, oh my God, it's from like last year, like early last year, like April, March, or something like that.
I think I know the
March,
article
April.
you're talking about. I remember seeing that come out, and I remember telling you about that when it came out a while ago.
But you know, I mean, like, there's so much stuff between now and when that came out that it's like, oh yeah, that's right, that did come out. So anyway, the exciting thing is Dragon's Lair, the video game, the arcade game, is going to be made into a live action film. And I say going to be because apparently I still haven't heard any more news about it. So here's what the story is. Last year, the story broke that Netflix had been chasing the rights to the game for over a year. No, so that would have been 2020. So in 2020, they had already been looking to get the rights since like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And acute observers of Stranger Things, if you really have a keen eye, you will probably remember a scene where Dustin was in an arcade playing Dragon's Lair, and they showed the side of the video game, and they did not obscure the title. They didn't make it like Dragon's Den or, Dragon's Hoard. Or,
it's just Dragon's Lair?
Yep, and that people are speculating that was Netflix's hint that like this is our next big thing.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, sure enough, they were going after it. Now, so Netflix, it's hit or miss. Sometimes they make really good series. Sometimes they don't do so well, right?
Yeah.
The cool thing is Ryan Reynolds is going to play Dirk the Dashing, or Dirk the Daring, or Dirk the Dashing.
He's the character you play as, right?
Yeah, he's the main character, and he goes after Princess Daphne to rescue her. And he's also one of the main producers. So, as is Don Bluth, who is one of the founding creators of Dragon's Lair, along with the video game company, arcade company, whose name starts with a C. It's like Cinematoscope or something weird like that. So he's one of the main creators of that game, and he's going to be a co-producer on it as well. So I'm hoping that between the two of them, because Ryan Reynolds is going to be funnier than shit, and Dirk was goofy in the, in the game, in the video game.
I played that recently when we went to the arcade a while back, and it was interesting.
Yeah, well, it's not for everybody, but like at the time, it was groundbreaking technology because it was done from Laserdisc, okay? And we're not talking like compact disc CDs. These were big laser discs, like album size practically. And they don't really call it a game, a video game per se. It's more like a quick action.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they call it like a video motion experience or something like that?
Animated motion story or something.
Yeah.
But basically, like, if you did the game, if you were good and if you could do it all the way through, you could get through the game in about 12 minutes.
You know what it's almost like in a way?
After you spent like $2,000 in quarters on it.
Yeah, after you spent like $2,000 in quarters. You know what it's like?
What's that?
It's like, or I guess
if you tell me Dark Souls, I'm gonna like.
No, I would never. It's like
smash you with my chair.
It's like that interactive Black Mirror movie that came out on Netflix a while back. Kind of like that. How it's it's like it's like a movie type thing, or it's a video.
They play animated segments, and then at the end of the segment, there's a flash on the screen, and you got to make a choice that. You have to pop over there like before that flash goes away, and which is why you have it. They call it a timing, a timed choice. Game.
But it's
where you basically like you're like
go
to the left, go to the right.
It's similar in the sense where it's like it's not. I wouldn't necessarily call it a video game, but it's almost like an interactive movie of sorts. Yeah, it's not a full movie, But...
Yeah, it's an animation and the animated segments, and then you have to make a decision at the end, which way are you going to go, left or right or straight or up or down or whatever. Yeah.
So speaking of movies based around video games, have you heard about Mario?
No. Do I want to hear about Mario?
That's a very good question.
Are they
they're making
going to do a
live action Mario movie.
Oh my god.
And in a way, I'm really excited for it because Jack Black is playing Bowser, and that is something that I really want to see. And on the other hand, they got Chris Pratt to play Mario, which I'm not so excited about because he doesn't really give me the Mario feeling, and also
unless they do CG to squash him down and make him
why the fuck would you ever choose anybody except Danny DeVito to play Mario?
Well,
it's Danny DeVito.
It is, but he's getting up there.
He's getting up there.
And he might not be able to move around so much.
You know what? Mario's getting up there. That came out in what, the 80s?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. It's gonna be Mario in Mario's.
Yeah.
Mario's a freaking video game. Mario never ages. Mario's a video game character.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, you're absolutely right. That'd be an excellent choice to have Danny DeVito as Mario.
Yeah.
But like
younger Danny DeVito's Mario, perfect.
I'm sure there are other actors out there too.
He fits. No, Danny DeVito's the only actor.
He's the only one. No.
he's the only actor. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Mario movie. That's apparently a thing.
No, Chris Pratt. No. I can't see that. I mean, he doesn't have the right look. He doesn't have the right attitude. He's too like, I don't know. I get that sort of like Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't remember Star-Lord.
Yeah.
I can't get it. Mm-hmm. It's like,
hey, maybe we'll do good.
I mean, Mario's short and squat.
Yeah.
And like,
again,
shit, I could play Mario.
Yeah. So one last thing on the topic of specifically Netflix. I would hesitate to call it.
It's me, Mario.
I would hesitate to call it an original, but on the topic of Netflix shows, again, this is also based off of a video game. There is a new animated Netflix show coming out in, I think they said 2022, and I am really looking forward to it. I'm really hoping they don't mess it up.
What is it?
It's called Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and it is set in the Cyberpunk universe, like as in Cyberpunk the game,
like Artel Sorian.
Yep. It is. I think it's actually in 2077.
Mike Pondsmith.
Yep, they're working with the Artel Sorian Games crew, Mike Pondsmith, and CD Projekt Red, or I guess technically it's pronounced CD Projekt Red because it's Polish, but they're working with all of them to do a show based off of that. 10 episodes. They didn't say how long the episodes would be, but it's going to be done in sort of this anime style from the look of it. No trailer yet. They have a Netflix page for it, but it's blank, no preview, nothing. Only the title. So...
Okay. I've made this face because this is really weird that you bring up the way that you pronounce that, and you said it's probably project because it's Polish, and of course the J in Polish sometimes, if not all the time, is pronounced like a Y, which is really spooky because I woke up this morning realizing that I had a dream about my 6th grade homeroom teacher last night, weird. Mr. Cieslak. And when he would get fed up with kids, he would say, like, almost to himself, but I could hear him because I sat close to the front. He'd say, Jesus Maria. And I had this dream that when he said that, I said, Mother Mary of Jesus, because that's basically what it is. Jesus Maria, Maria, right? Mary. So, I said, Mother Mary of Jesus, and he goes, do you speak Polish? And I said, no, but I happen to know that in Polish the J is pronounced like a Y, and I know that you're Polish because you mentioned that before.
I'm like reading
and then like in German and these other languages, and I had this dream, and he was like, wow, I'm really impressed, and I was in the 6th grade, and so it was a big thing, and then they like sent me up to this gifted gifted class where they were playing D&D. I've got a charmed long staff. Sorry. Oh my god. yeah. So anyway, there's my tangent. So that's my ADD kicking in full effect tonight. Thank you. Good night. We'll be here all weekend. But yeah, so that was weird that you said that because it was like, wow, that's Toys Today. That's come up on the radar.
Yeah.
We talk about Poland a lot because we get a lot of products from there from companies, gaming companies that do, and they put out some kick-ass stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
So... yeah.
Well,
I'm
that's
excited
really
for that.
interesting.
Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Yeah, I think I was really hoping that when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, it would start a whole new wave of stuff like that, like movies and animations, and it didn't seem to. It sort of like hit a peak and then went like that. Then all of a sudden
Matrix
people are like
4,
Valheim,
Cyberpunk
and
Edgerunners.
But it's spread out. It's like really spread out on the timeline.
I mean,
whereas
it would also be tough though to have a game come out and then within the next couple months just say, hey, we're making a new Matrix movie, because you gotta write a script, before you even write the script, you gotta see if people are willing to like There's a whole lot of like build up.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a full motion picture like Wachowski scale. Like Netflix is great at picking up scripts that are already written and getting writers to revise them or buy the rights and put bam, all of a sudden you got a series out, like, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean that would be exciting. I'd like to see that. Sign me up. Let's put it on the list, the ever-growing list of things that we have to watch.
The ever-growing list of things that we have that we never actually write down.
Yeah, well, winter's coming. Winter's coming.
Yeah.
So as soon as that hits, our asses are going to be trapped.
Oh, I've got a list.
Which is good because your mom and I both work from home, except she's got to go in on Wednesdays. So.
Yeah. So there's a movie that I actually want to watch. It's old. It's from I think the 70s, late 70s.
Yeah. What's that?
It's called New Rose Hotel. Have you heard of it?
New Rose Hotel. Yeah. I can't say I have.
It's based on.
Who's in it? Do you know?
There's some big names in there. Willem Dafoe.
Okay. You gonna pull it up?
Yeah, the other guy. I know the other guy, and you're right.
Yeah, no, it was just like, the other guy. Oh, I know the other guy. The other guy that's in that other movie. Yeah, that movie.
That guy. Yeah. It's
sorry. It's like
Christopher Walken.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Christopher Walken and Willem Dafoe, and it came out, I think, before Johnny Mnemonic, and it's based on one of William Gibson's short stories from Neuromancer, and it's about a corpo, and it's really cool, and I'm interested in watching it. I'm a bit scared because I don't want it to be a waste of time because it got like not the best reviews to say the least. It got like on the tomato meter for the like movie reviewer side, it got a 19%, and on the audience side it only got like a 27 out of 100.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, it's got some good actors, but we'll see. I guess like it depends on the quality of the script and
the trailer was the I watched the trailer for it, and this guy in the comment section of it was saying, I watched the movie was pretty good, and I don't know what pretty good to them is, but he was saying the trailer does the movie zero justice, which I'm hoping is true because the trailer made it look like shit. It was effectively like 2.5 minutes of Christopher Walken and Willem Dafoe just sitting at a bar talking, and there was...
Your father hid this watch in the only place he could.
So the trailer is...
You were looking at me really nervous, like, why is he taking his watch off?
So the trailer is basically 2.5 minutes of Christopher Walken and Willem Dafoe sitting at a bar talking with music playing. It's a bar, there's music playing, but you almost can't hear them over the music, and also their mics aren't that good.
Oh, fantastic audio production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of, I learned, I was watching one of our VODs. I was watching the playback on it a couple of weeks ago, and you know how like it's crazy because you and Mom will hear me do voice impressions of people, and you go like, "Oh my God, that was like spot on." To me, when I listen back to my voice, it doesn't sound that way. Like, it doesn't sound that good, or maybe it does. I don't know.
I think that's just everyone listening to your own voice.
Yeah, but because I can do a mean Christopher Walken, but I can't be thinking about it. I just got to do it.
You gotta. Yeah, you can't. It just happens about naturally. Doing something cool. You just got to do something cool, and then it's cool.
Because he's got a weird cadence to his voice, but classic stuff.
You can do the dance though.
So. Ooh, I can't. No. Oh, well, thanks to Twitch for going to bat for the streamers out here. We really super appreciate it. It's more than a little. It's like they're taking measures to give people like, basically you'll get a slap on the wrist now instead of like a straight up body slam into the ground, like and take your channel down.
Not necessarily, because they did the same thing before. You'll still get a slap on the wrist. Before, all you would get was a slap on the wrist for like the first, I think, 3 strikes. And then on the 4th one, they take your channel down. But they changed it so now if it's accidental, they'll let you off without any like big punishment. They'll just delete the clip.
Right, but like my understanding is that the biggest majority, from what I understand, the biggest problem is the people who just play music in the background of their stream while they're like playing games or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not rebroadcasting. I'm just listening for personal use." But if you're monetized, it doesn't matter. You're making money, and that content, that audio, is part of your content, and you're making money. I'm no attorney, full disclosure, but I've read plenty of articles from IP attorneys who are saying, "Yeah, these idiots don't know what they're talking about. That's copyright infringement. You can't broadcast that music." So anyway, I like that. Like, if we were live streaming at an event and we walked by somebody who had some music playing out of their car or whatever, we wouldn't get, it'd be like, "Hey, that's not us." We could mute it or we could do whatever, but we'd have a better chance of not getting a DMCA from that than under the old circumstances. So anyway, speaking of movies, super excited, and we talked about this just before the stream when you were asking what was on the show notes. Clerks 3.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. So Kevin Smith got the first cut, and I wonder, because there were some things going on, there were some issues at home that were keeping him up, and he was getting up super early in the morning. So he's like, "I'm up anyway, so I might as well just work on the film." So he got the first cut. It's not technically, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know if it's technically, like, it is the director's cut. Technically, he's the director. But I don't know if that's what they would refer to it as. So it's like his first draft cut. And he got it in front of the brass at Lionsgate Films. So he's waiting to hear their feedback and make edits and all that. But it was coming in at about an hour and 45 minutes. And one of the things that he did was they released an image of Silent Bob and Jay. Said it the right way.
No.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
See, I said it the right way.
Well,
trying to fool you. Anyway, well, in my head, I was thinking the other way around, because you remember, you never really saw High Fidelity, did you, with John Cusack? The scene where he's holding up the boombox playing Peter Gabriel for his love interest. Anyway, Silent Bob, they're in front of the Quick Mart, and Silent Bob's holding up a big radio, big boombox, and Jay's out there like in his like superhero, Snoogy Boogie's dance, and it looked really, really cool. And like where it said RS Video, or whatever it was, what's Randall's name? It was like RST, isn't it, or something like that? So they had RSC Video or something like that, and then next to that they put up another sign that said THC Mart. So, so I was like, oh my god, like he's not even hiding it. They're like out there like snooge to the booge. So anyway, speaking of THC Incorporated, go check. I'll put the link up on the Discord server to go check that picture out, because it's pretty funny. Speaking of THC, it's like a pot kind of an evening, and I know like we shouldn't be talking about that on stream and get smacked down like you're talking about. Look, so Amazon.
I don't think they. Well, tell your story.
Well, so the story is Amazon is going to bat for legalizing weed.
Yeah.
Amazon is openly lobbying for the legalization of pot, and according to the spokesperson in the HR spokesperson, okay, so these the people in charge of hiring, they want to make weed legal because
that's another industry.
Well, they will benefit from it, of course. I mean, but what is hilarious is this quote. So,
if our workers come into work stoned, they won't think about the fact that we don't give them breaks.
Well, so it's funny you say that, because I had that in here too. Like, the company that won't let its employees take pee breaks is now actively backing two major pieces of legislation that are up in front of the government right now, in front of the public, aimed at making the devil's lettuce legal across the United States. So according to Beth Galletti, Amazon's Senior Vice President of Human Resources, if it happens, it will make recruiting, quote, great new team members, end quote, easier for Amazon, because they could drop their pre-employment pot screening process. Yeah. Hello. Why can't you just fucking drop it now? Like, why do you need to make pot legal? You could just say, you know what, you smoke pot, it's okay.
Well, they need to make it legal because they don't want. Well, Not that they don't want. They want another thing that they can try to like dip their toes into, you know, because then you're gonna start getting like Amazon brand pot. It's gonna be delivered to you in a little drone right to your back porch. So
yeah, the pot drones are coming here. But I just thought that was like how utterly ridiculous. Like, let's make it legal, and then we can hire some great new team members. Because the thought is that now, you know, they could dig deeper into the employment pool, and they alluded to something like that in the article based on her other quote that I didn't put in here, but I should have. And it was like, that's code for like all those people who have records we can now hire. It's like, don't be a hypocrite, hire them now. And why don't you, while you're at it, why don't you mandate for like pee breaks for your fucking employees, for crying out, and better wages, you know? I mean, does something smell funny to you about that whole thing? And it's not the pot.
I mean, I was about to say.
Like, you know. So anyway, Beth, P to the O to the motherfucking T. Make that shit legal. Snoochie boochie.
Yeah. So speaking of Amazon, it'd be one hell of a thing if they tried to take our channel down for talking about pot, because they own Twitch. So talk about that, hypocritical, you know. And I've seen pot smoking channels on here before where people talk about it. Yeah.
But, you know,
the other thing Amazon related is New World.
It's it's educational discourse on the subject.
Yes.
It's fair use and editorial.
Yes,
editorial
much
content on the subject.
Amazon is trying to make fair use of pot legal. So, New World.
Dude, you almost got like 2 nose rockets tonight.
So, New World, the Amazon-made game, it's an open-world RPG game, is coming out, I believe, within the next month or two. And
MMORPG?
I don't know if it's an MMO. I didn't really delve too much into it, but that's the GPU fryer. Have you heard about that?
Dude, you're a co-host on a live stream. Why weren't you digging into this shit?
Because the main stories that I was reading about it were from months ago, before we started streaming.
Okay.
But one of the problems they were having was people were getting these really good graphics cards, you know, and specifically I think it was the NVIDIA 3070, something like that. I mean, that's at least 1,000.
3080 is the new hot one, I think, now.
Well, still, there's the 30 series, which all released within the last year or so, and it's about it's $1,000, $1,500 GPU, and apparently New World, you boot it up and it was frying GPUs. Like specific...
No, oh god, sorry, that was
that was,
that was real. That wasn't unplanned.
Yeah, apparently it was frying the higher end GPUs, and it was specific. It wasn't just like all GPUs. It was specifically like a higher level one. It was like one specific model of GPU.
What was it that was like? They were just overheating?
I
guess,
they were
like maxing out the number of like polygonal calculations
pushing it too far,
three-dimensional.
And people's GPUs were just gone, ruined. And I think they handled it pretty well. They basically said, hey, file a claim. If you can submit proof that your GPU was fried because of this game, we'll just send you a new one. We'll pay for the entire thing. We'll send it to you. So,
wow.
I mean, good on them for, fixing the situation, but holy shit. Their game was just fucking frying people's computers.
Jesus.
That's insane. So...
And that's not like, that's not something you can brag about, like, our game's so hot, it's frying your shit. It's like...
Yeah. No, that's like... You brag about, like, our game's... You don't say, like, our game's so hot it's gonna break your computer, It's like...
It's like, we should do a
video
video for that. Like, our game's so hot, it'll fry your eyes. And then, like, somebody sitting at the computer... Flamethrower. Brother, get the flamethrower. The heavy flamethrower.
It's like... Buy our game and we'll have somebody come down and pull an... Buy our game and we'll have somebody come down and pull an Office Space on your computer. Just like...
PC load letter? What the fuck is that?
So, yeah.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Start smashing that motherfucker.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's that. So, I think they fixed that though. Whatever they... It was like a coding thing, and it was like... From what I understood, they weren't like... They had some inhibitor that was supposed to like basically cool the game down so it doesn't like it doesn't render stuff past a certain distance, or it doesn't like over render things and leading it to do like.
Wait. The hardware was supposed to have this, or the game was supposed to have it?
The game was supposed to have this, and it was supposed to be like, well, it's supposed to be the thing of like don't render past a certain distance or whatever. So like, you know how like in Oblivion or whatever in Skyrim, you past a certain distance, everything in the background kind of fades out.
Yeah.
So that
or Minecraft for that matter. Or,
your load
or
distance.
Now even Valheim.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not like. So it doesn't put the strain on your GPU of loading in every asset.
Yeah.
So it was doing that. They didn't do that. So it would just load in. It would render the entire game world.
Ooh, and then you got like thermal meltdown.
Yeah.
Now,
and it's a big game. It's like, from what I understood, it's like twice the size of Skyrim's map. And it's trying to load all of that in at the same time on one GPU. So it was just like, zoop. There goes your graphics card.
What I was going to ask is, like, you might not know, was it actually catching people's shit on fire? Like, were there any instances of computers catching on fire?
I don't think it was, but I know it was short-circuiting them, fried, but I'm not sure if it was actually catching them on fire. There is a really fucking funny video that I want to try and find of this guy, and I can't remember everything he says. He's speaking Spanish, if I remember correctly, but he's going like he's got the accent. You know the accent I'm talking about.
Well, be careful now, because
that's
people
what I'm just
won't
saying,
get
the accent.
Full disclosure, Mexican, quarter Mexican, so
yeah, but he's got the accent. And he's playing Minecraft, and he's saying like, "Oh, here we go," and he pulls.
So he sounds like your tia.
He sounds
your
like
tia Mirta. Yeah.
And he pulls the render distance all the way up to 32 chunks, which is the maximum, and then he just shouts and he moves his camera down, and his PC just catches on fire. So I don't know.
But I wonder if that was like, if that was some made up stuff, because that'd be pretty funny.
I'd have to assume
it would suck if it was real life, but if it was
I'd have to assume it is, because why would he be filming it at that exact moment, But either way, it was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, here it goes.
That's... Hey!
In the basket.
High five.
I broke the streak.
Well, you missed 2 of them.
Shut up!
You missed 2 of them off camera, so...
Yeah, I did. But, you jinxed me because you said, well, you know why you did it? Because, like, even though the waiting room is on right now, the stream is live. So I said, threw the horns at it with the voodoo and made it right in the trash can. Off camera, I hit 4 out of 4 over the week. So that's been my thing, is like, I can hit this trash can off camera. Anyway, I digress. Did you find it?
I found it. So I gotta hold on.
Now, see, like other streamers, if they were actually at their PC, they would be putting that on their stream. But I kind of don't want to do that.
I think this is it.
I don't want to get anybody like,
It's just like real life.
No, this isn't the same one, but it's dubbed over.
Okay, that's made up.
It's gotta be, but still.
Like, it's just like real life.
Yeah.
What the?
So that's the new Minecraft RTX RTX.
So speaking of 3080s, I believe
you're getting me one. Oh, thank
I am not getting you one. You have a job now, so you go out earn your own money. Mr. Whiska's just got a 3080, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he just built a whole new machine, whole new rig. He used the same form factor. I watched him for a little bit the day that he was putting it together.
Putting it together on stream?
Yep.
What the fuck was he doing that if he's got the...
Probably had another computer,
Oh, look at him, rich bastard. He can afford 2 computers.
Oh my god, you hear that, Alex? He's like, screw you guys. I'm not doing anything with you. No promotion. No raids. No host. No cross promotion. But my sub to his channel expired. So do we still have Twitch Prime? Do we still have?
You don't.
It's still active?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
I wasn't sure about that because I thought
I'm sub to somebody else. So.
No, that's fine. I'm just asking because I wasn't sure if that like ran out or whatever. Not a big deal. because if it was just sitting there, I was going to take advantage of it. But,
yeah, I don't think he'd be able to because it's specifically on my Twitch account, because mine is technically an Amazon Kids account.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of other channels, let me run this by you. I thought this was really interesting. I was watching. Don't say the name if you recognize right away who I'm talking about. I was watching what has become like my favorite channel to watch on Twitch. No.
No. I'm so glad that we don't have anybody watching this stream right now.
Mouse. Oh, but they will be, because we have a high view count like on the VODs on Twitch, and not so high on YouTube. But somebody's gonna do that. They're gonna. He licked the mouse.
Poor fucking Tom.
I can show you what it sounds like close to the mic.
I feel bad for Tom, man.
He's gonna tomorrow morning at fucking 8:30 in the morning or 6:30 when he gets up for work. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And I'll roll into like actually tomorrow's Saturday, but if it was a work day, I swear to God, that's what it'd be. I'll roll into work at like 8:30 or 9, and I'll be like, "What's wrong?" Like I don't, and I'll have forgotten about it by then, like because I don't know, I don't know. It's like I just, yo no sé, no entiendes. Like, oh my God. Oh, I got tears rolling. Anyway. Anyway.
I'm on some shit tonight. I'm keeping the stream alive.
This is why like I hyped this. I told people come to watch it like we're going off the rails. But anyway, so where was I? I was watching what has become my favorite stream to watch. Okay. Your mom calls him my boy. Oh, you're watching your boy. Beep. Fill in the blank, right? And I'll tell you why I'm not saying the name. Because the other night when I was watching the stream, somebody said, by the name, and they go, yeah, I'm gonna tell people on my channel to come watch here or whatever. And somebody else in the chat had said, like, I'm gonna hype you up on my, and it's like, He's like, I don't want you motherfuckers advertising my shit. I don't want you, I don't want anybody advertising my shit. I'll do all that. And I was like,
that's respectable, but that's a loss of audience right there.
Well, is it respectable? Because I thought, man, if somebody told me they were going to go hype my channel, I would be excited. I guess it depends on who it is. Like, and maybe that's what this individual's concerned about.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I think a part of it is, how are they going to hype it up? Because I think, I think is a pretty scummy thing to do is going into somebody else's Twitch chat and then saying, hey, you should check out X channel.
Yeah.
Because, I'm all for people, if somebody wants to go out and promote our channel, I'm all for that. But
just don't do it in anybody else's live stream channel.
Don't harass anybody else, because that will reflect poorly on the streamer,
Yeah.
The streamer who's being advertised. So, it's a very... I think it's a pretty respectable thing to be able to say, like, hey, it's all right. You don't have to do this. I will handle this, So
yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't that. It was not that polite.
No,
I appreciate it, but that's not necessary.
I'm saying,
he was like, don't you motherfuckers be going out advertising my shit. And I didn't get it, but I guess in retrospect, now that we're talking it through, it did just occur to me, like, because I caught myself and said, oh, wait, maybe it depends on where they're doing it and how they're doing it.
And who's...
Because it could be on, like, some fucking, who knows, fascist, white supremacist site or whatever, and you don't want that kind of trash. So I get it. But, at the time, I was just watching the stream, and I was digging it, and I was like, this is really cool. And I was betting on it, legally betting, like these are just, like, channel points.
Oh.
Yeah, not money or anything like that, So, just channel points, and it was really cool, and then that happened, and I was like, why wouldn't you want the free advertising? Because you know me, man,
you jump on that.
I'm like a media whore practically. Like it's, your mom even says like, oh my God, So anyway. So that was that. So I can't mention him anymore, even though I love that channel. and he's funnier than shit. You know, I'm out of respect. I'm not going to say it anymore.
Yeah. I will though. So go and check out GTK0 on Twitch.
You bastard!
I stream.
Do you though? Have you? You haven't in a long time. Are you going to do that? Here.
You know, I'll do it. You know, sometime. Yeah.
If you watch this, if you're lurking,
I'm sure I'll get around to it.
Send us a message. Go to the About page. Get our Discord server page. Hold on. Tell us what you think. Should Deacon like pursue his own individual stream, and like should I pursue an individual stream as well, and then still do this? Because I'll tell you, there are times when you don't want to stream when I'm like, oh, I could be streaming right now. This would be really cool to do that. But we haven't really talked about that. Talked through like, you know.
No, and if I did stream, it wouldn't be like, oh, look at me, I'm streaming. I'm going to try and overtake the Black Dragon Tavern. It'd be like...
No, it's not about that.
No, yeah.
Because I'd beat you mercilessly.
Yeah. It'd be like, all right, it's...
I really wouldn't.
2:30 in the morning. I'm playing a game with
not
friends.
Mercilessly.
Yeah. I wouldn't be streaming on any sort of functional schedule because I do stream...
Dysfunctional.
Yeah.
That's what you call it. GTK dysfunctional.
Yeah. So my stream schedule, both what it will probably be in the future if I start streaming again, and what it was when I used to stream more often, was like, all right, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm playing a game with friends. I guess I'll pop this on for like 30 minutes, you know, and then I'd end it. And then later on, it'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. So, anyways.
No,
yeah,
just keep going. Keep going.
No, that was it. Like,
yeah.
I don't. My schedule is I don't have one.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do that. Hop in the Discord. Say if we should start our own streams. I will only be slightly sad if you say that he should have his own and I shouldn't. So
yes.
With that, I think we're gonna take a break here and go over to the workbench.
Yes, but before we do that, speaking of streams, and new stuff, we want to make an announcement.
We do want to make an announcement.
We have a new segment coming up. It's actually. I see. Sound like a freaking parrot over here. Anyway, we have a new segment coming up as part of Fireside Chat. Starting next week, we're going to have a guest. Now, I know in previous episodes, we've had Griffin here, and he's been a really gracious guest. Most of the time, he's off screen until we get to the battle zone. Then he'll play a game with us, and then he's on camera. So that's kind of a unique situation where he's actually here in the game room, in the nerd nest, when we're filming or shooting live, streaming live. But what we're doing is, we thought it might be cool because we're industry connected with a whole lot of people that work in the gaming industry at all levels of exposure and fame. And we thought, let's take advantage of this and like, let's do some partnerships and let's get some cross promotion going and try to get some guests on here and talk about what's happening with projects they're working on and some of the funny things that they've seen recently. So starting next Friday at 8 p.m. Central here on Black Dragon Tavern, we are going to be we're going to have a new overlays for the Fireside Chat.
We are, yeah.
And the guest will be, you'll have to tune in and see who's in the drunk tank. That's going to be the new segment, the drunk tank. And I told our guests, intoxication is optional, but we prefer if you were sober because we can't control you. We can't really, we can shut your camera off, but we don't want anybody getting pissed, stinking drunk and, singing songs or whatever, flashing on the screen. But that's exciting. So our first guest is scheduled for next week, next Friday. His name is Kevin Watson, and he is the owner. You said that they were going to have to tune in to find that out. I did, and I just blew it because I'm so excited.
Spoiled it. Well, I spoiled it. He's the owner of it.
All right.
He can promote his thing.
Yeah, I won't. All right. I'll leave it at that. So you'll have to watch for more details coming up. But next Friday, 8 p.m. Central, tune in for Black Dragon Tavern, and while we bring you Fireside Chat, we're going to have a guest in the drunk tank, and I'm kind of excited. So we're going to be doing a dry run here in the next couple of days. Yeah. So on that, it's about 5 to 9. We're going to take a little break here, and then we'll come back in about 15 minutes, and we'll be broadcasting from the workbench, where tonight we'll be working on more painting, figure painting, and hopefully wrapping up on some of this stuff, But we'll see you then.
Hopefully. See you then.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Black Dragon Tavern. I'm your host, Dante.
I'm your host, Deacon.
And we're broadcasting from the workbench. Tonight, we are going to be working on picking up on some of the work that we have been doing for the last couple weeks. I'm working on my gobos. I'm finally in the last stages here, the washes, the highlights, the little fiddly bits, the details, and that kind of stuff. And the reason this is taking me so long is I don't paint between streaming sessions. I used to all the time, but I just haven't had time to really do that. So, and what are you working on tonight?
I should be working on cleaning my workbench.
It is kind of a mess.
Yeah, I'm working on some custodians. Mainly, I've got these...
Oh, the janitor squad. Nice.
Yeah. Try to put this up there, but I'm not sure how well it's going to show up.
Yeah, hold the model up higher.
Yeah. So I've got these Virtus Praters that I'm working on. They're doing a really lovely, like, dark blood red and gold scheme for them. And then this guy from last stream, finally got him assembled, all posed. I still hated doing the legs. And I threw some base coats on him.
He's looking really cool, though.
Yeah, he is.
Gee, Deacon, I know what you could do. You could take some pictures and put them on Instagram. We keep saying we're going to do that, but you're kind of like me in that you don't really want to put stuff up there till it's done. Yeah. Yep, and you have so many things in progress that it's just taken forever to actually get anything done. But didn't you do the Sisters of Silence for Kai? Did you already...
Not finished. I put some texture paint on their bases, and I never actually finished doing their bases. Like the tufts and the shading and the highlighting on it, you know.
Well, that's not a lot of work. I mean, you could probably whip that up in an evening.
Yeah. I might do that tonight, actually.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to get going on these.
I'm going to start my timer and then dive in. So.
Oh, yeah, because you are on the clock. You're doing
I am. This is my job.
You're getting paid for this. So that's pretty cool. I have to find several washes here. I need green. I need mid-brown. I need dark tone for the metal and chainmail. And I think that's going to do it for now. Charged up my light on my headset. I should be ready to go.
Nice.
I'm starting with... Oh, I should probably take this ring off. So
I'll grab these out and try to work on these a bit, I think.
Working on the method that Peter Lee taught me. I'm going to start from the inside out, skin, and then do the leather and the chainmail and all that stuff. Need a good dry wash brush. So none of these is going to do the trick for me. So let's take a look. Dry brush. I need a brush for washing. What's your go-to brush for washes?
Army Painter Regiment. And that's actually just my go-to brush.
I think I gave you mine. I don't think I have that anymore.
No, you did, because you, for some reason, I guess it's just because we paint different things.
Oh, look what I have. Regiment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Or you got me a set for Christmas, I believe. That's what you did.
Yeah.
But I remember you were saying that you really didn't like the regiment brush because it's pretty big.
It is pretty bushy. Does yours normally look like this?
All frayed? Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. I mean, that's better than mine normally looks because I don't really use brush cleaner. I really should, but...
People are going to be going like, why is he licking his brush? Why is he eating his brush?
The paint is tasty.
Yeah, it's a habit. It's like it forms the tip a lot better. Keeps the point a lot better. And here's where the magic happens.
You know what would be really fun to do on stream?
What's that?
I think you talked about this last week, but a big paint night.
Well, yeah, we've had people express an interest in wanting to come over for paint night, and I'm happy to do that. Are you talking about on stream or off stream?
I suppose either way would be fun.
All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't I make that a priority this weekend to put the word out and ask folks who's interested in coming over for a paint day or paint night and being part of a live stream in the process. Do you think that's reasonable, or is that an unreasonable thing to ask?
I think that's a reasonable thing to ask, although I might actually just prefer not even doing it live because whatever, we can play music, we can do whatever, you know?
That's true.
So.
Gobbo butt.
What are you washing them with?
I am using Army Painter Green Tone on top of Army Painter Goblin Skin. I think that's what it was called. Goblin Green, not Goblin Skin. So, primed them in gray. Washed them in, or painted them with Goblin Green by Army Painter. And then I'm washing them with Green Tone. Yeah, that looks nice. That's super cool. Took long enough to get there, but we're there now.
Yay, the skulls have been painted. Now to set these off to dry while I work on another thing.
The funny thing about doing washes is like sometimes when you hit the mini, it just flows beautifully.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you want.
You know what
and
that's
then the other
called?
side, what?
Go ahead.
And then the other side is like, this doesn't look so good. And you try it and it just looks like shit.
Yeah. So that reaction where the surface tension is broken, and this is a big thing. I learned why a lot of people put gloss varnish on their minis before they wash them. That is a thing called the capella reaction, where the liquid, because the surface tension is so thin, the liquid will naturally seek out all of the deepest recesses.
And then it pools, making it darker where it pools, and then thinning out on the higher surfaces of the model.
Yeah.
It's like liquid chiaroscuro.
I have no clue what that is.
Well, chiaroscuro is light and dark.
Oh.
Or chiaroscuro. And when you are studying classical painting, that's a technique that you learn for your underlayer. You know how people are doing zenithal? Like, that's the big popular thing all of a sudden. Like, everybody and their sisters doing zenithal highlights. So if you were doing oil on canvas, you would effectively kind of start off like that.
It's interesting.
It makes for a really nice effect. Do get that off that cape. I need to bone up on my Italian because it could be chiaroscuro or it could be chiro, but I'm not sure. God, his little kneecap's poking out there, kind of like yours. This Gabo has a hole in his pants.
Oh.
And his knee's sticking out. Oh yeah, I gotta do his belly too. Get on my belly. Okay. Okay. Just a little splash color. So I'm looking forward to Halloween. What about you?
I'm looking forward to being inside on Halloween.
We got to get those decorations out there pretty soon, eh?
October 1st.
Yeah.
I say we do it like the Christmas tree. You know, we put them up on October 1st.
Take them down in March?
Yep.
Take them down in March, just in time for Independence Day. People will be like, how does that work? Because, like, Independence Day is in, like, July. Exactly. So is our Christmas tree.
So I forgot I was supposed to paint the shoulder pad black. And I've gone and painted all of the fancy gold trim. So now I need to, like, carefully work my way around all this.
Hey, Lawrence Jesterson.
Hey, how's it going?
Chiaroscuro. What? Chiaroscuro. Okay. Chiaroscuro. So closer to the Cairo, like I was saying, chiaroscuro. Thank you, by the way. What are you up to tonight there, Lawrence Jesterson? I'm kind of excited about these. These are going to look really cool. It's been a long time since I've painted up GW Gabos, Citadel Gabos, like the original, the old school ones.
Shut this thing off.
It's pretty loud. Like, once you shut it off, I realize, like, how loud it is.
Yeah, me too.
Wonder if that shows up on the stream.
I'm sure it does, yeah.
So what else do you have going on this weekend, Deacon? Anything fun? Like, between this segment and tomorrow night's stream?
Specifically between these two. Not that I can think of.
Well, I mean, you got like a lot of time in the day to do stuff, hang out, or, you know, like, you hanging out with friends or anything, or...
Possibly. Now, Griffin is coming over on Sunday, but that doesn't exactly fall between the two stream segments.
Yeah, it's... We don't really do a lot on Sundays. Rest. Because we party hard most of the other time.
24-hour party people.
That'd be a good one to watch again.
Or for the first time.
For you, yeah. And Control, that's another good one you should see. If you're a Joy Division fan or a New Order fan, check those movies out. They're quite old now, but they're still good. 24-hour party people and Control. Do you hear some thumping?
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Probably
Somebody's
from whatever
radio?
Mom's watching.
Well, she was watching, like, Mad Men again for the 27th time. That sounds like more like some disco house music. Not disco, but like...
Dance.
Yeah.
Any new messages in chat?
No, just the one. That's so hilarious. The little snotling on here. You know, once I get them to this stage where I start putting the wash on them, that's kind of where, like, I get anxious. Like, I just want to keep moving on it, but I gotta let it dry, you know?
Yeah. That's probably the most important step, to take it slow as well.
Yeah. You cannot do shit on top of that wet paint like that.
Nope.
I'm excited for next Friday.
Yeah.
This guest that we mentioned that we're having on here on the stream next Friday, super cool person. We love him. really fascinating person.
Check this out. Got this other shoulder pad blocked in as far as the color goes. Got some areas to go over again. But, yeah.
So if you're joining us for the first time, if you're out there, if you're lurking, feel free to pop in the chat and say hi, talk with us, tell us what you're up to, tell us if you're into the hobby that we're into. We're doing, I'm painting some minis here for my fantasy role-playing game, and Deacon is working on some Warhammer 40k minis for a good friend of his who's building an army. We do this every Friday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. First half of the show is called Fireside Chat. Second half that you're watching now is From the Workbench. Original title there, I know, but couldn't really think of anything really super like catchy or cool to call it. So I'm like, yeah, it's good enough. And it makes sense, and it describes what we do or where we're coming from. And we basically spend this hour of the show painting miniatures, kit bashing, talking about games, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You can check out our socials. We're on Instagram, so you can check out our IG channel at Black Dragon Tavern Online. You can check us out on Twitter. The Twitter handle is at @tavern_black. It's kind of a weird one, I know, but it's all we could get. You can check us out on Facebook, and that's facebook.com/blackdragontavern. And if you're on the Twitch page, go to the About page here on our channel, and you can get the links to our Discord server, and you can get the links to our YouTube channel as well, where we do upload the videos. So if folks don't sign up for a Twitch account, they can check us out on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And we appreciate the support, and we appreciate if you'd hit that follow button. We're trying to build our community here. We've been doing this since mid-July, so we're still new at this, and we hope that the content that we bring you is fun and interesting, and we hope you enjoy it. You know, so leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. That counts if you're watching the YouTube videos too after the fact. Like, you don't have to be watching live, but if you if we make you laugh, if we make you think, if we piss you off, let us know.
Yeah.
You know, we want to hear that.
This extremely riveting content, like me sitting on my phone trying to find this reference image.
It's so engaging.
Yeah.
It's astounding. Now you're going to start whistling, aren't you? Do you remember doing the time warp?
That's actually not what I was whistling. I can't say what I was whistling, because if I say it, then you're going to start whistling it too.
Probably. That's the way it goes around here. That's how we roll, right?
Yep.
That's just the way that it goes, and it's what nobody knows.
Oh, there she goes.
There she blows.
Venus de Metal has fallen over.
Did you ever finish that?
Nope.
I'm sensing a theme here. I think you're afraid to finish your miniatures.
I am very afraid. You see, if I finish them, it's like the Fountain of Eternal Youth or whatever. If I finish them, then I'm no longer immortal.
But you gotta finish some of them.
Some of them, yeah. So you know what the trick is?
To immortality?
Yeah. Well, to not finishing all of your miniatures.
Oh, the trick to not finishing all your miniatures?
Yeah.
Share with me this wise wisdom.
You start taking on commissions and you say, hey, I'll paint your army. So you can still finish some miniatures and then put off your own ones in the meantime.
Oh, that's why my shit doesn't get painted, huh? I mean, from you, because you're taking on commissions instead of painting the stuff that you're supposed to be painting.
Did you hear something?
What?
Did you hear something?
What?
Must have been the wind. So what are we going to play tomorrow?
On the stream?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fine question, my friend.
Well, yes, that's why I asked it.
I don't know. I'll have to dig through our vast collection of board and card and dice games. Yeah, that Gabba's got amazing butt cheeks. Like, I wish mine were that muscular. It's hilarious. He's done already.
Oh.
It's ironically cruel that, like, companies buy the rights to music, which they know people love and people want to sing, but you can't just sing it anytime, anywhere, because you can get the smackdown. Taking away our joy.
Makes sense why they do it, but it's still a stupid thing to do. It's like, they want money. You can probably get a whole lot of money by getting, royalties and whatever else.
Right, but like if I'm sitting here painting and I want to sing a song, I mean, like, is it really going to harm their intellectual property?
Yes, by sitting here painting and singing a song, you're destroying their entire industry and everything they've worked towards.
So when you say everything they worked towards, like when they went and they got financial backers to put the money up because they didn't come up with those millions, and then started saying, hey, we're a big record company and hey, we're going to pay you some money so you can record this song with your talent and we're just going to shill it for you. They're high paid they're not whores, they're high paid pimps. They're just pimping out other talent. Record companies, that's all they are.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these guys are gonna look so cool. Okay. Done. Here's the green. I'm gonna need... What am I gonna need? Red tone. What are you up to over there?
I am scheduling a game at Misty Mountain.
Nice productive use of the live stream time there.
It is, yeah. Well, originally I was talking to Kai about the paint scheme on this, and then we just started talking about actually just playing the game.
Ah, okay.
So I wanted to get a table locked in before one was not available.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They have 2 tables now for 40K there because they've had events going on, and they go like fast.
Yeah, don't they have other stuff going on at the same time too?
Yeah, like Flesh and whatever it's called. It's like Fire and Flesh or something like that. It's effectively another card game, like Magic.
Oh, it's not All Flesh Must Die, or what was that?
No, it's a different one.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Wasn't there a game called that or something like that? All Flesh Must Die.
Something like that, yeah. Magic the Gathering, obviously.
Magic the Slathering. Okay. I decided I'm not going to do this guy quite yet. I'm not going to... This Hobgoblin I'm going to save.
What's that?
Because I want to do these other ones first, and then I want to spend all my focus on that, because it's pretty detailed. It's a lot more detailed than these other ones. They're pretty simple. Like, they're pretty basic as far as sculpts go.
Not entirely surprised there.
So they'll go faster, hopefully.
Speaking of game stores, Noble Knight. We were just up there earlier today.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I remembered about was when Kill Team Octarius came out. That's the new Kill Team set for those of you watching who aren't that big into 40K. When that came out, they were selling it online and in-store, and they were giving a bonus discount to people who bought it in-store. So I want to know if they're going to do something similar to that with the new Black Templars box set.
Why don't you write to our friends over at the Night and find out? I'm sure they'd be happy to.
I'm sure they would. I only thought of that now, thinking back on it, because I was thinking about how much I want to paint those. And yeah, gonna go broke pretty soon.
You're not wrong.
That box set is really cool, though. So all in all, plus, so there was a leak a while back. Somebody leaked the Codex map and the map of releases throughout the end of the year.
From GW, you mean?
Yeah. Well, specifically for 40K. And at first, people were like, oh, this is whatever. It's just another random person trying to make something up and leak it. But this one, I'm actually starting to believe, because the first 3 things that they predicted in the leak were correct, even down to the individual minis that will be released in these things.
Mm.
So, they predicted a couple months ago, I think it was, like there's going to be a launch set for a new revamped Black Templars force, and it's going to have a new Marshal, and it's going to have a new Emperor's Champion, and it's going to have a Primaris Crusader squad, and lo and behold, just the other day, or well, week I suppose now, they were like, get ready for this all new launch. It's got a Marshal, an Emperor's Champion, a Primaris Crusader squad, and a Dreadnought, you know?
And yea, the heavens did part, and
yeah.
the people rejoiced.
Ooh. But if it holds true and the leak has actually just predicted the rest of what's coming out, there's another model that hasn't even been announced yet that I'm already planning on getting. And it is.
And you don't even know what it is.
No, I know. Well, they've said what it will be. They don't have images of it or whatever, but it's apparently going to be High Chaplain Grimaldus.
Oh.
Who is like...
So they didn't partner with Cartoon Network and they're going to do SpongeBob?
No. Not yet.
Oh.
That comes in January of 2022.
Oh.
So that's...
I'm there, dude.
Yeah. No, I suppose that'd be December because they're apparently going to be doing a new Custodes Codex. So... There's your big, spongy, yellowy gold things right there. And holy shit, I'm not kidding when I say spongy. Their lowest thing that's just base Custodes has 4 wounds, and that's their basic infantry.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's not even counting things like this Dreadnought here. Which I'm sure has a quite disgusting amount of wounds.
This is going to look so good.
So you were just saying a bit of the time warp earlier, and you know what I've had stuck in my head? That's not the time warp, but
Oh, I'm glad you noticed that.
a very close second
What's
to
that?
it, in my opinion. The Inquisition song from History of the World, Part 1.
That's funny, because it's really funny you say that, because I was looking at this red combo, and I was like, that's the red combo I want on the Monty Python Spanish Inquisition minis that I need to repaint. Yeah, Mel Brooks. A lot of that comedy now is considered, non-PC. But I think that's only because people are missing out on
Context of
just
it.
the whole context and how it's like, that's the point is we're trying to make, is like we're trying to shock people into, saying, what the actual fuck? Because, that's how the world was. And they're putting it into a comedic light.
Yep. With movies like Hitler on Ice.
Oh my god. I know, it's like, what's the craziest shit, like, craziest, most offensive we can think of? Like, Nazi Follies presents Hitler on Ice.
Yeah. It's like that too, one movie. Oh fuck, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's The Producers.
Yeah.
Where they were two playwrights.
Playwrights.
And they were, I can't remember what the deal was, but they were trying to make a play that would flop. They were trying to make one that was purposefully bad and wouldn't have anybody liking it. So their whole thing ended up being about Nazi Germany.
Springtime, wasn't it springtime
for Hitler?
For Hitler.
In
Paris or something?
In Germany. And people ended up loving it in the theaters. And that's like all I remember from the movie. But yeah, it's like that. Like, what is the craziest thing that we could come up with, you know?
So we're coming to the end of September. September actually is a big month for Jewish holidays. It's the Jewish New Year. There's a lot of stuff. Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah. Oh no! Did I?
That's crazy that we're already at the end of September.
Yeah.
This year has gone by and just crazy fast.
Yeah. Okay, that one. Yeah, so, back to what I was saying earlier, like, you were originally talking about putting out the Halloween decorations fairly early in the month.
What? October 1st. I mean, that's...
that's like next week or whatever, right? That's next Friday.
That's next week.
That's next Friday.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not so... Well, I don't know. I'm not so keen about putting them up that early. Maybe.
Why? That's like...
I don't know. Is that what people do? Is that, like, normal to put them out that early?
What is normal?
Okay, Morpheus. It's the world that they pulled over your eyes. So, speaking of, I watched, Chris sent me the link, D-Minecrafter, that shows up here on the stream, so other viewers might recognize his handle. He sent me the link for Jack Black doing the time warp. It is pretty funny.
I'll have to check that out.
Just a jump to the left.
Were you expecting me to finish that?
Nope.
probably for the best that you weren't expecting me to finish it, because I probably would have screwed it up.
Well, you just lost your Rocky Horror Picture Show virginity, so I can't expect you to remember it.
I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just a jump to the left and a step to the right, and then I can't remember the rest.
Place your hands on your hips. Wait a minute. There we go. That's pretty cool. When a mini makes you smile, you know it's a good thing. I haven't been much in the mood to sit down and watch TV lately, but I'll tell you.
That's funny. Sorry to interrupt. But that's funny because now, more than usual, I have been in the mood to just sit down and watch TV or a movie or whatever. I think it's... sorry, I'm completely derailing your thing here, but I think I'm just getting kind of bored with all the shit on YouTube. It's just getting to be like the same stuff over and over, you know?
I can understand that.
But go ahead. You can finish your thing out of.
You gonna go ahead? You're gonna go ahead and let me finish?
Yeah,
you're gonna hand me back to finish. I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kanye. What I was gonna say was like, I haven't been much in the mood to sit down and watch TV lately. You know, we got this show that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Your mom and I are watching called Clickbait on Netflix.
Yeah.
I gotta see the conclusion just because I gotta see how it ends. I guess, you know.
You can never just leave it halfway finished.
But I'm kind of feeling like, I got other stuff I want to do where I want to spend my time more productively than just. Because that time's coming. There comes you know, when the cold weather hits, we're gonna be like holed up in this motherfucker watching TV all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Ready to like kill each other by the time springtime rolls around.
Yep.
And you know what we haven't done in a long time? We haven't done our cabin fever break, and we can't really because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
But I sure as hell miss going to the Dells for that little winter break in January.
We could have a different cabin fever break. Cough, cough if somebody invited us more. Cough, cough if you're still on the stream. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say it out loud?
Oh, snap. I just realized what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy, you're flirting with danger there. You piss off the mama unit, and oh my god.
Oh, it's over.
Oh yeah, it's not. No, it's not over. It's on. Just come crashing into here, like pulling you out by your ear.
Hey, at least you won't get the sandal.
I was gonna say you don't get a chancla thrown at you though. That's pretty good.
Keep going to fucking whistle.
Yep, human nature. It's hard to fight human nature.
I feel like that dude in Monty Python.
Corporations and the attorneys want us to.
Yep.
It's like,
I feel like that dude in Monty Python. I just want to sing.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a mini. See, I told you before I walked off this time.
Okay, and that was mighty nice of you. So Twitch, what do you think? Like, give Deacon the boot off of the show? I'm totally playing. He might watch this VOD in the playback. He'll be like, "What the fuck?" I think that'd be hilarious.
And just remember,
and he's such a great he's such a great person.
Yeah, no,
and
I got ears. I don't know if you know this, but I got ears. You know, so
you got what?
I got ears
Behind
on
that
my
massive
head.
that like.
Oh.
Oh no, you didn't. Well, you'll see if you watch the VOD. You'll see I was just playing.
I want a better cut. I better start getting paid more.
Okay, let me get my calculator. 60% of nothing still comes out to, help me out, carry the one.
You see, you've actually done the work for me. I was going to ask for like 55, but you went ahead and said 60, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you can have 60% of nothing. You can have 100% of nothing.
And then that 100% obviously gets carried over when we start making money.
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
I need to come up with a basing scheme for these guys.
For the Custodes?
Black Templars. I've already got a basing scheme worked out for the Custodes that Kai pointed out. I gotta do these Black Templars. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do them.
Well, I don't know what to tell you there.
You don't? Well, you're really
I got lots I could tell you, but I don't know if you want to hear it.
Here. Need some of this.
Because once I start, you'll be like, I ain't trying to hear that. And I'll be like, oh no, you got me going. Okay, here's a little annoying thing that I found that I've been doing with my minis.
Yeah?
When I go to turn the mini around, sometimes I jab it with a fingernail.
Oh, and you scrape paint?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that before. It sucks.
I fucking hate that.
It's like, well, there goes all of my hard work.
Exactly.
And it's not really the thing that you can, like, fix easily either. If it's,
no, because then you patch
on...
it and it looks like a fucking patch.
Yeah.
I mean, you can work at it, but that's the thing. It's like...
It's a lot of work.
You gotta work at it to get that shit, like, looking like it was before that.
Yeah. It's really fucking annoying it is.
And for me, it's like even worse now because I'm growing my fingernails out.
Yeah.
You know, and in case like the Twitch viewers are wondering, why are you growing your fingernails out? I play flamenco guitar. Flamenco
guitar.
I play flamenco guitar.
That's the special Madison style.
Yeah. I could say so much about that, but we'll just leave that right there. I play flamenco, and you need long fingernails, at least on your right hand, for strumming the guitar.
Check out this guy. He's gonna be cool as fuck.
But that also makes it difficult
for doing just about everything else.
Yeah, for like detailed work on this kind of stuff, because then you're constantly jabbing a fingernail in this shit and scratching it.
The problem that I was having a while back was almost the opposite in a weird way. When I was taking guitar class in high school,
Uh-huh.
I was trying to grow my fingernails out then, and it was making me actually do worse with that because I was having a harder time pushing down the chords.
Yeah.
Because
Let's
I
do
would
that.
like, I would go to do a chord, and all of a sudden my fingernail would be like pushing one of the other strings, and that would sound off, you know.
Yeah.
So
Okay, hold on. I gotta.
yes, that's the funny thing. It's like, you're growing your fingers, you're growing your fingers out, you're growing your fingernails out to play guitar, and I had to cut mine short because they were stopping me from playing guitar. So.
Just a minute here. Or as my abuelita used to say, just a minute. Just a minute.
I gotta put together an army.
Another one?
No, like a list. So I've slotted myself in for a game on Saturday, and I'm not expecting to get through the whole game because this will be his like second game ever that he's played.
This is Kai.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have him running my 2,300 point Black Templar army, and I want him to run the entire thing because there's a fairly good mix of different stuff throughout it, so it'll kind of get a sense of like the whole thing, you know? Whereas, like, if I just select bits and pieces of it, it's like, okay, you're only gonna be getting to see how melee combat works or whatever, you know?
Sure.
So I gotta just put together a list that's equal in points to that out of what I already have. What that's gonna be, though, I have no clue. What do I have that's near that? Ooh. That could be mean.
What? Curb stomp him?
I'm considering it. The one list that I already have that's close to that level right now has the Baneblade.
Oh damn.
Yeah. And that's not a nice list either. That's not a list you bring to a friendly tournament, or that's not a list you bring to a friendly game. That's a list you bring to a tournament when you want to kick someone's ass.
Your ass to the curb.
Yeah, because listen to this. I got these are the things that are backing it up: 2 astropaths and a tech priest. So, 1 astropath is giving it +1 to hit. 1 astropath is giving enemy units -1 to hit the Baneblade. The tech priest is just giving it like D whatever wounds back per turn. Then it's got 2 other tanks to go out in front of it so that enemy units can't target it. Plus sentinels, which can move 9 inches before the first turn, and Gaunt's Ghost, which is a squad of 6 models, and every model has a unique rule to buff it. Plus servitors, plus Colonel Ironhand Strachan, a company commander and a platoon commander, to give it extra buffs, like firing twice, advancing and firing, being able to fire even if it advanced. I think I already said that. You know, +1 to hit, +1 to wound, or re-rolling 1s to hit or wound.
So really what it's sounding like is the question that it comes down to is, do you still want to be friends with him when the game is done?
Yeah, exactly. I could pull some shit out of my Ultramarines list.
Remember, you got to get paid for the paint jobs that you're doing.
Well, also remember, he's gotta get the models too. So
it's true.
If he doesn't pay me, if you're watching the stream, you better realize that if I don't get paid, sorry about that. I mean, I'll give you the models back since you paid for the models. I'll just throw them all in like paint stripper first. Take all my work back.
He's just totally fucking with your guy.
Or am I?
It's all good. That is a hell of a list, though. I remember when you were putting that together.
Oh yeah, it's dirty. It's like
I know, and I was like, oh, okay, so I better like get my shit together with my death guard here.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny thing is, you know how much all that is?
What?
2,000 points.
Yeah.
Including the Baneblade, it's 2,000 points. Because that shit is cheap.
Did you say sheep?
Cheap.
Oh, I thought you said
and
sheep.
And actually, now that you mention it,
like,
I might just, if it's alright with you, I might just bring the Death Guard. No, I won't do that. I don't know how to play him that well.
Oh, dude, I'm sure you could.
Yeah, but
you could feel that army. No,
it would.
Not a problem.
I would be setting a bad example because I would be forgetting rules and buffs and all sorts of shit. So if I stick, well, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna play Space Marines as well because I'm gonna let him use my Black Templars, like I said. Yeah. So if I'm playing Space Marines as well, he'll be able to see, okay, how does this person who is more experienced than I am, how does he play Space Marines? What does he do? What is, Yeah. And even though he's not going to be playing Space Marines in the end, it's still going to be like a, what would I do in this situation type of thing.
Mm-hmm. WWD. What would Deacon do? Or WTW? No, WWDW, right? What would Deacon do?
No, you're on the right track. Like
what
WD-40.
Would Deacon do? WWDD.
Yes, WD-40.
WD-40. Which you need a small can.
Yep, for
to
your
help
main can.
Your main can to get unfrozen. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna look cool.
Yeah.
Is this one you get bashed you were talking about? Like Alas Puyorik, I knew him well.
Yeah, exactly. With the skull.
Exactly.
I can't focus on building the list right now. I'll have to do that later.
Yeah, especially because we're on the stream.
Yeah.
But speaking of, it's actually 10:15.
It is.
So,
wow.
We could wrap it here if you want. I'm pretty much set for the night. I can't do anything else because these have to dry.
All right.
I actually have a couple more washes in different colors, but I can do that off stream. He's gonna look really cool. That's a really cool figure.
I'm excited. I love how he's an apothecary. He's there to like heal people, and he's just stepping on that guy's corpse.
Yeah.
Like, I need to do.
Yeah.
That model that I was telling you about, the new one, the like exclusive online one from GW that you need to buy like €150 worth of stuff for, £150 worth of stuff for. He's doing a really heroic pose, even though he's just a basic sergeant, squad lead, and these people were saying like, Space Marine basic training must just have a course on heroic posing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's pretty cool. They got a catalog.
Yeah.
Heroic pose number 1. No, use that. Heroic pose number 27,333. No, we use that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that hilarious. So, wait, give us 150 quid and you get a free model.
You know what's,
it's like.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Is the whole, what heroic pose are we gonna do? No, already use that. They don't do that, because you know what they do?
What?
Here is this is an actual example, by the way.
Move your lamp. You can't see you in the...
That was kind of the point.
No, you're supposed to be on stream, dude.
I am on stream, look at me.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's like cutting off your face.
What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So this big orc guy that got released a while ago. His name is Gazgul Thralka. You might remember the release when he came out just a while back.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, "This is Gazgul Thralka, the orc war boss, champion of Gork and Mork," and people were like,
"Mork and Mindy?
Hey, wait a minute! he's in the same pose as the Hellbrutes that you guys made back in like 2014. And you know, he's standing like this, and if you look at the Hellbrutes, they're standing like this, you know.
Well, I mean, so, there's only so much you can do, right? I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like the same pose, just on an orc model. Like the legs were the same way, the arms were the same way, he was looking the same way. It was like the same thing.
That's funny.
But yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it here then, okay?
Yeah, all right. Sure.
So, thank you for tuning in. If you're out there lurking, again, you know, hopefully you won't stay in the shadows for too long. Come out of the shadows and join us and chat.
Yeah.
Be sure to tune in next week, Friday, 8 p.m. Central. We're going to have our first guest.
First technical official guest.
First interview. First remote
guest,
interview.
Yeah.
Not first live in studio guest. And when I say studio, I use that term loosely because this is not a studio.
No, not at all.
It's a kick-ass game room. And if you want to check it out, go to the Instagram channel, and that's Black Dragon Tavern Online. Yeah, that's where we're at on Instagram. You can go to Facebook just by finding us as Black Dragon Tavern.
Twitter,
you can find
Tavern_Black.
That's right. I don't know if you caught that, but at Tavern_Black. It's a weird one because all the Twitter handles are taken. And then the YouTube channel and the Discord channel are both available here on the Twitter page. So go to our
Twitch
page. I'm sorry, our Twitch. I'm tired. I'm really just ready to go to bed. On our Twitch page, go to the About Black Dragon Tavern, and then you'll find the links there. You'll find all the links there, in fact. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you soon.
We'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, definitely. We'll be here tomorrow, too. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah. It's like
I almost forgot about that because
it's only Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how dumb I am with this week. I'm already placing myself on Saturday.
I know. It's like there was a day we just need a different day there. We need like a different break or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But sometimes it goes that way.
That is how it goes. So
I'm getting the stream deck's being pissy with me right now. So Keegan's gonna go off camera here, and he's gonna end the feed.
Not entirely off camera. You can.
Well, maybe you can see it a little bit. You know, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate the support.